the heart of the rainforest, nestled amongst the leaves of a giant kapok tree, lived a young sloth named Stanley. Unlike other sloths who were content to hang upside down all day, Stanley was curious. He longed to explore the wonders of the rainforest beyond his leafy home. One sunny morning, Stanley decided he couldn't wait any longer. With a slow, determined crawl, he inched his way down a branch. He'd never been this low in the rainforest before. Everything seemed so big and loud. Exotic birds squawked, monkeys chattered, and colorful butterflies fluttered past. Stanley felt a thrill of excitement mixed with a tiny bit of fear. He continued his slow descent, his three-toed claws gripping the bark tightly. Suddenly, a loud crunch echoed through the trees. A branch above snapped, sending Stanley tumbling through the air. He let out a surprised squeak as he plummeted towards the ground. Just as Stanley braced himself for a painful landing, a tiny blur zipped past him. It was a dazzling emerald hummingbird named Esmeralda. With a surprised chirp, she hovered near Stanley, her wings buzzing like a tiny helicopter. "Oh, are you all right?" Esmeralda chirped, her voice high-pitched and concerned. Stanley, upside down and a little dazed, blinked at the hummingbird. Hi," he mumbled. "I think I'm a bit lost." Esmeralda tilted her head curiously. "Lost? How did a slowpoke like you end up so far from the treetops?" Stanley sheepishly explained his desire to explore and his unfortunate fall. Esmeralda listened patiently, then puffed out her tiny chest. "Don't worry, little sloth," she declared. "I'm Esmeralda, and I'm the fastest flyer in the rainforest. I'll help you find your way back home." Esmeralda led Stanley on an incredible journey. She zoomed ahead, scouting the path, and then returned to guide him. Stanley, clinging to a sturdy branch, saw amazing rainforest sights he'd never dreamed of. They flew past a crystal-clear stream, where a family of otters frolicked in the water. They spotted a majestic jaguar silently stalking its prey. Esmeralda even took them on a detour to a vibrant flower meadow, where a colony of buzzing bees collected pollen. Stanley, despite his initial fear, was having a blast. He learned about the different rainforest animals and the important roles they played. He even learned that sloths, with their slow digestion, helped keep the rainforest healthy by eating specific leaves. Finally, after hours of exploring, they reached the base of the giant kapok tree. Stanley looked up at the dizzying height and groaned. "Oh dear, how will I ever get back up there?" Esmeralda smiled. Don't worry, friend. Just climb the thickest branches and I'll guide you all the way. With renewed determination, Stanley began his slow ascent. Esmeralda hovered beside him, cheering him on. It was a long climb, but eventually, Stanley reached his familiar branch high up in the tree. "Thank you," Esmeralda Stanley wheezed, exhausted but happy. This was the best adventure ever. "You're welcome," Stanley Esmeralda chirped. Remember, even the slowest creature can have the biggest adventure. Just be careful next time. Stanley chuckled. "Don't worry, I'll stick to the treetops from now on." He watched as Esmeralda zoomed away, a tiny flash of emerald disappearing into the rainforest canopy. Stanley snuggled deeper into his leaves, tired but content. He'd learned a valuable lesson about exploring safely and the importance of friendship. Well, folks, that's all for today's story. Don't forget to be curious, be kind, and maybe even explore your own backyard a little more closely. Until next time, stay cozy. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please do hit the like button, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.